A Florida man claims that the 3 syringes found in his rectum aren't his. Wesley Scott told the police that the syringes they discovered in his butt during a strip search weren't his. Wesley Scott is making national headline news today after claiming that these syringes that were found hidden in his butthole were not his. He was arrested on a warrant stemming from a drug charge in Clearwater, Florida. While his arrest is just one of many throughout the day across the nation, it was the excuse that he offered that stood out amongst the masses. Scott found himself arrested in the early morning hours. The 40-year-old was first searched out in a field where he was taken into custody. Oh, he was just shooting up in a field. That's a great way to do it. Hey man, you got your drugs? Yeah, where are you going? Oh, I'm gonna go shoot up in a field. I just find it to be a lovely place to... Oh, the cops are coming! Quick, stick the needles up my butt! They'll never find it there. He was asked by the deputy at that time if he had anything hidden on his body when they searched him. He was then transported to the Pinellas County Jail on a drug charge and was booked. Deputy said Scott was given the chance to come clean. Look it, buddy, we know you got some syringes up your butt, man. Just come clean. Come clean. Don't make us x-ray you. And don't make us take you back to the station and have Dirty Harry with his dirty fingers stick them up there and find those syringes. He'll find the syringes and you may get hepatitis in the process. According to the reports, it was during the search that Scott removed the 3 syringes from his rectum himself and handed them to a deputy. At that point, if I'm the deputy, I'm retiring. I'm like, nah, not doing this job anymore. Did you quit your job today, honey? Yeah, I had to. I had a drug addict take needles out of his butt and hand them to me. And so now I'm done. I can't be a deputy in the state of Florida. It's too crazy. Well, at least he's a reasonable, drug user. He's like, he all right, I'm gonna come clean. I'm coming clean. All right. I got needles up my butt. All right, do you want them? No, you keep them in there. How about that? Although they were tucked up inside his rectum, he himself fished them out for the deputy. His excuse for having them was strange, though, and that excuse is making headlines. He told the deputies that the syringes weren't his. I'm holding them for a friend. Well, it doesn't say exactly how he worded it in the article. I would love to know. So he says they're not mine. I want to know what the excuse, so whose are they? Like, what is the deal? Like, I'm holding them for a friend? Is that really what he said? That's my guess. He now faced, because he, not giving up the syringes when first asked if he had anything on him, created another charge, felony possession of a contraband, etc., etc. Possession of drugs without a prescription with intent to sell, possession of marijuana, possession of drugs without a prescription, etc., etc. There's possession of drugs in your butt. Is that a charge? How do you take drugs that are there's a lot of drugs in the butt going on in the world, I've noticed. like if you've watched Narcos, it's a way to transport drugs, but my whole thing is who's doing all these drugs after they've been up a butt? Who's doing them? I'm sorry, but I want my drugs butt free, alright? That's sort of like one of the requirements. If I'm buying drugs and then I'm going to do the drugs, I would like them to not, during any point in the transportation process, be inside a rectum. That's just, maybe I'm a snob. Maybe I'm bougie the way I want to do my drugs, but I just don't want them in an ass at any point in the process. Oh my goodness. The Tampa Bay Times reports that Scott used the, quote, shaggy defense by saying the syringes were not his. This is funny. The shaggy defense is a term used when someone is caught committing a crime. There's an overwhelming amount of evidence to prove as much, and still the suspect denies it, that they had anything to do with it. It seems the term shaggy defense originates from the Shaggy song, It Wasn't Me. The song lyrics describe a woman catching another woman with her man. The man then denies it was him that she saw. I never heard that before. It wasn't me. I'm in the shower. It wasn't me. It even caught me on camera. They even get Shaggy. So in the song, Shaggy gets caught on camera, and he still says it wasn't me. So that's the Shaggy defense. This guy had some Shaggy defense about the syringes up his butt. Let me tell you something. At the end of the day, if it's up your butt, it's yours. Okay, that's your property. Up the rectum, it's yours. It's all yours. I can't find any more proof than that.